Hey guys, welcome to Farm Simulator 19 on Greenwich Valley Farm. So it is summertime now, we've got all the fields seeded and all of that good stuff. I'll just open it up here so you guys can see. I did a bit of work off camera last night to get the fields predominantly fertilized and all that good stuff to where they need to be. And holy red! Dang, it missed a lot. Jeez! Wow. Oh, we've got some weed appearing now by the looks of things as well. These fields are planted and there's some weeds appearing over here too. Jeez. These appeared out of nowhere. Is that more weeds there? More than likely. So apparently I need to load it with herbicide and go spray. Wonderful. So we've got that done. Oxford and David mentioned last week, the only time I managed to stream, more than likely that week, of a gearbox mod basically. And apparently it was really good. So he sent it to me after the stream. Found it, updated it on GitHub. So it is not available yet on the Mod Hub or any other website other than GitHub. And it's really cool actually. It's really cool indeed. So what we'll do is I'll jump into a older tractor because it's where you best see it. Now, if any of you have seen this mod and understand how the hell you change the layout of the HUD, please let me know. So I'll bring up my menu in my Stream Deck for the gearbox stuff. So on the right hand side there, you can see we have, turning down my headset because it is damn loud, 3 different things overlapping the other stats, which I would love to be able to pull that up a bit more and move the HUD. So I don't know how you do that. I may ask Oxy if he knows, or if he could ask Max. But it's added gears to the tractor, and it's not just a gearbox manual or anything like that. You can run it in automatic. So if I go to configure, there are so many freaking different settings per machine. Now you set it individually for each individual machine, so it's still in development. So it does. So its stuff's going to change, but the stuff that I'm interested in is the gearbox stuff. So you can have a shuttle control. Now if you're using mods that have built-in shuttle controls, it does have a conflict. It comes up with a text as soon as you go into that machine, if you have that shuttle switched on for it, saying this is how you disable it on other mods, or disable it on this mod, sort of thing. I just disable it across the board. I hate shuttle control for my setup. But you can set the different transmissions. So you can go for a full power shift, and you can see kind of the abbreviation underneath what it all is. So you go for full power shift, 6 gears with splitter for sort of transport trucks, 6x4 auto power shift. Now I'm not too sure what that means. Is it 6 forward and then 4 reverse? Probably it's what it is. Then car with low range, so you pick up trucks, stuff like that. Vario transmissions. Transmission off, so that basically means it will take that to default Giants setup. IVT, so basically, as it says down on the bottom, IVT, variable transmission. 90% of these tractors, I think, pretty much are CVTs, IVT, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the I stands for, but it's constant velocity transmission. Basically what it is, I think. A lot of these are nowadays. 4x4, so 4 forward, 4 reverse, presumably. 4x4 power shift. 2 forward, 6 reverse. That doesn't make much sense, but I don't know. It says 2x6 is best for trucks. I just don't know what that one is. Full power shift is back to what we have in this. The speed limiter, basically, as it says down the bottom, uses the default limiter from the tractor. If you have that off, you go to axle speed. Maximum speed of the highest gear can be faster than this maximum speed of the vehicle. Yeah, you can make these fly. Kind of weird. It is kind of weird. And then automatic off. Yeah, you'd have to change it all manually, but automatic, perfect. And the snap angle and stuff like that, I believe it's for the camera stuff. I've not got into that at all. I really don't understand it. And the shift mode, again, I'm not too up on that. This isn't really a tutorial on it or anything like that. It's just showcasing it in this video. So I'll take it for a quick drive. So it maxes out at 12 gears. This thing doesn't go fast anyway. The max speed of this is 16 mile an hour. So we'll bring it down and you'll see it drop down in the gears. Now I can't remember if this has got high range or not. No, it doesn't. So you can see there, it's going through the gears and it basically says the mile an hour of what that gear will do. I just wish I could move the HUD. I tried looking in the mod and I honestly can't see anywhere where I can adjust the HUD size or move it. I like having the info there, so I'm not willing to get rid of it. Although I can switch it off. But at times it is useful to know what the setup is of it. So I'm rocking this mod now. It's pretty damn cool. Now some of the machines, if you're using sort of a manual transmission setup, it has got the gear change sound, which some of you will 100% recognize. It's basically turbo chatter is what it is. So when it goes into a different gear, actually I can pull it up on this and just throw it in a different mode to show you. I always forget which one's under. There we go. No, we'll go 4x4. There we go. So you can see Al, it's in low range, I believe. I can change that up. There you go, so I'll put it into M range, high range. So you hear it going through the different changes there, and it's basically, it sounds like a dump valve or a turbo chatter. This is a very old sound that's used to be, I can't remember the tractor, but it used to be in a few different tractors that simulated that kind of sound when you let off the accelerator, and on desal it would make that noise. I'm not a fan of it. I'm really not. It'd be nice if it was more of a clunk, like if that kind of noise of it changing instead of turbo. I don't know, some people are going to love it, some people, like myself, I'm not a fan. I don't mind it, but I'm not a fan. Alright, I'll put it to full power shift because I believe that's probably what this would have been. And we can put park and brake on and throw it in neutral there. And shut it down. I don't think it saves that though. So that is that mod. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Now let's run across and check the status of these weeds that are appearing. And potentially do a bit of fast timing and where was it showing up? A bit further up. I'm pretty sure I got this whole entire field, that's the thing. It's in here somewhere. I'm gonna have to wait for him to fully grow. More than likely, because I can't see dinkle with them. Alrighty, so let's go and have a look at contracts to see what. Oh, we've got mowing stuff coming up, which I don't know. The mowing stuff is kind of annoying. Fertilizing, I'd rather not do that. We've got all the stuff to do the mowing stuff. Actually, I haven't got an auto load trailer for that. I just lease the Amazon, geez, the Anderson stuff for now. Alright, I guess what we'll do is we'll unload this and get some herbicide going. Unfortunately. So I'm way pre-recording this. Me and Jess had a whole bunch of crap we were going to be doing today. None of it got done. So part of it was to go find somewhere to laminate some stuff she was working on for school. And she's got her own laminator, but she needs like a big one to do stuff, so she found somewhere that would do it. And it also happens to be in a similar area that both her and her mum need to go for a certain clothing store that they got stuff from for Christmas, and she's got gift cards for, so they've gone there to do that. They're going to be a couple of hours, so I thought, you know what, perfect time to go record. Try and get ahead. I seriously mean what I said about trying to get way ahead in videos. As I take a drink of water. So this gearbox in here, I believe, is the IVT constant velocity. I believe that's what it would be in this. I don't think it would be a power shift. Or if it is, actually, I can't remember. What was this? 660. I think I looked it up. And it is a form of power shift, but not one that's represented while on this. Now this mod does not like the TE20s, Fergie Greys. It's got something called a pitch change on it, and I really don't understand what that does, to be quite honest. Obviously it changes the sound. Actually, where do I need to be going first? Where is predominantly all the weeds? Down there, the grass fields. So yeah, it's this road. But it's one that I personally I can't hear much of a difference. Other than the Ferguson. It makes it go very high pitched and it just doesn't work with it properly at all. It really does not sound good. So I've actually switched it off for that one. Unfortunately, it'd be kind of cool if it had a set in. I think there is a way of making your own transmission, but I think that is only for. Was that the road that I needed to take? Yes, it was. I think it's only for if you are manually shifting yourself. Which that sort of tractor, I don't know if the script of the mod would actually function properly. You throw it in a gear and you take off from that gear, and then possibly shift into a higher one. So, easier thing to do, switch it off for that. Which I did. But overall, I was actually, and I hope you guys sat down for this, played Farbsim for quite some time last night. I'm messing around with it on here. I got quite a bit done. I was actually looking to get, I thought the grass was grown enough, but it's not. It's still on its very, very first stage of growth. To get some mowing done. But that didn't work out. Now there is a whole bunch of other key commands for this to do different stuff. I think it's this field down here. I believe I saw something for inching and all of that, which is pretty cool. I have to go through and look at them and get that all set up. Now, again, am I even going to be able to spray these weeds? There they are. Let's see. They may be small enough for the weeder. Which, no, my luck, they probably are, so then I'll have to unload this and load up with fertilizer again. But I'd rather spray them instead of killing them off with, well, get rid of them with the weeder. Oh, another really cool thing with this I should show you guys. You may saw it when I went through the different settings, and again, I've got to figure out which it is. Hand throttle is automatically, but you can set it for, like, different PTO statuses, so PTO Eco, 90% PTO of the 90% of the engine RPM, 100% of the engine RPM, and like 950s on the PTO, 1050, different ones all the way through. Now I don't really understand that per se. I always thought like a PTO was 950 and then 1000 speed, 1050 I think, I guess it is. And then your eco speed, I remember hearing and learning about it, but I can't remember what it is to be able to tell you. Or what is going to work. Alrighty, we're going to be spraying the field then. And it does work with hired help, although I think there is a setting in the config where you can switch it off if you so wish. it's something that I think a lot of people would enjoy. Just add something different to the game, and it is... I've seen some of these gearbox mods, and I think the last one I ever tried was only it worked with certain tractors that had the configuration in. Where this is a global thing. And I really support global mods. So unless something really bad happens with it, I'm keeping it. I'm going to keep it around. Once I get into some proper work with it, cultivation and seeding, even harvesting, it'd be interesting to see how it handles the harvesters. We'll see if we'll end up keeping it then, but from what I was messing around with it yesterday, I've got really very little qualms with it. It doesn't really, when you brake to go backwards, it does sit there for a few seconds. Obviously it probably wouldn't if you had shuttle control enabled. Again, I play with a controller, so shuttle control is a no-go for me. Also, probably some of you may or may not have seen, today being the second, there were some mods that got put up on the mod hub. I was very surprised. 4. Some Eastern European or even Russian trailers. Pretty cool. They looked really cool indeed. I'll end up downloading them. I want to find a decent map to use that machinery on. Whether it's for myself or whether it's for the channel, because it is sick, that stuff. Those guys put hella detail in those mods. And I really don't think they get the appreciation they deserve. That is for damn sure. I am very surprised this is actually being able to be sprayed. Especially the whole field. 9 times out of 10 with seasons it messes up, so it's just like part of the field. Not going to complain about that. So it probably means I can do the rest of the fields, although these are just freshly planted. Oh, it's got the different PTOs there. 540, that's slow. Oh, it does have eco, 540 eco, 1000 eco. And then 1000 speed. I thought 950 was normal speed. Correct me if I'm wrong there for PTOs. I thought 950 was the norm. Now unfortunately I can't show you this. Oh, I guess I could on the smaller tractor. With the mower. For the eco stuff. Is it going to let me spray that? No. So that one spot didn't need it out of the whole entire field. Field 45 will need spraying. Yeah, they all need spraying. I'm going to get rid of the blur. That was a different command that I don't recognize before. APE get current state. I have no idea. Set random delay. Set delay percentage. I wonder if that's for the gearbox stuff. There we go. No blur. I may actually look in the map files to see how you get that to be done default with seasons, or ask Oxy. I know he does it on his maps. I don't think Greenbell knew about it. So what I'll quickly do is run over to... Is it in here? Oh, it's actually attached. So I did try to do a bit of mowing. So this is set up for the Vario stuff, so you can see it's in low range right now, and then we can bump it up to high. So in high it'll do the max of 27. Should go higher than that, I think. And then low, it'll go 13. So what I'll do, I think, as far as PTO... Yeah, it's on eco speed right now, so we'll put it on the front mower and unfold that so you guys can see that. So on eco it takes it to, on this, 1800... Well, yeah, 1876. Obviously this would be just the normal PTO. Full speed, I presume, is probably too old for eco speeds. But if we go into the config, so you remember it's at 1879, we will go into 90%, which we'll switch it off, put it back. It's basically what it was at. Yep. Although it sounds like it's idled way up more. Actually, don't look at the RPM. Look at the blue line. I was probably wrong there because I bet. Yep, there you go. The engine RPM, it doesn't mimic it properly, so the actual RPM is being shown by the blue needle. Which... if this is accurate, that's 850. Now, if I can do this, you can actually put it in park neutral and rev the tractor out. Oh, it's not going to let me, is it? Ah, you dirty dog, because it's Vario. So what's 1,000? Alright, if that's 1,000... that could be accurate then. And that's 90%. Then you go 100%. It's basically where it was at there by the looks of things. Yeah. And then you can go to different speeds, so that's 950. But it's not showing 950 on the RPM. It's kind of weird. So I don't know what this would be. Probably would we get 950 on these PTOs, right? I don't know. I really don't know how to fully set that up correct. Wouldn't know. But there you go. More info on their mod. You can see I'm kind of passionate about this. I really like it. It's really neat indeed. No sheep allowed. What's that? Oh, there is a gate though. You gonna... it may not clear it. Wow, this field needs doing too. Oh, I guess all of them will. It's a spray day. It is a spray day. Now this week's probably going to end up being predominantly Greenwich Valley. And then next week we'll try and get to a bit more Shamrock. Shamrock is a lot further behind, so I'll probably stream Shamrock this week. You watch, I'll end up streaming this. You know it. You know that's going to happen. I don't know why, I just... really prefer this over Shamrock. Each to their own, I guess. So you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think of this mod, so far from what you guys have seen. If I remember, I will put a link to it in the description. Don't yell at me, I will probably forget. If I do forget, let me know, I will put it in the... pin it to the comments once I am awake. You guys have got to remember, some of you may not know this, these videos get scheduled, automatically released at 2 o'clock in the morning, my time, here in Canada. And that is 7 o'clock in the UK. So I am usually, should not be, usually am, awake at that time point, but very, very tired and really... I'm just out of it, so if I forget, let me know. I will put it as a pinned comment. Check back later that day, and probably, honestly, in the afternoon, UK time, or when you get back from school, work, wherever. But I will endeavour to do it if I remember. Again, I offer no support. I say again because... but I've never mentioned this. I offer no support for it because I really don't understand it fully yet. And it is different on how you install it directly from the GitHub. But any of you know your way around that type of stuff, it's kind of obvious how you do it. I may do a video on it. More than likely won't because I don't want the questions of, how do you do this? I believe it's made, if I'm getting the name right, Mowgli? That's how you pronounce it? Something like that, anyway. Alrighty, that's that spot done. Move on to the next. And I'm just thinking I could. Well, that's fertilizer, and it's kind of boring. Do some. Get the old Steiger out, spray him. Not spraying, doing some fertilizer stuff, but it is kind of boring. And just in case some of you were triggered the fact I drove through the hedge here, I will open the gate this time. Just to accommodate the people that were possibly triggered. Usually I'd leave the gate open, but that is a field where... Pain in the ass. Shush. Double check to make sure they don't need water actually in a minute. No, we'll do it now we're here. Can I rev on this one? No, you see it went into neutral? That's cool. And take it out, it goes forward. He's got control of that too, it's really cool. Yeah, I can't rev that. One of the tractors I can rev out. It's kind of cool. Probably the Steiger. Well, I guess it must be full of water. Water. Well, I mean, yeah, they need barely anything. Oh, that's up. On to the next field. And then we're done here. See this gate I leave open. Can get away with it. Now, unfortunately, using a lot of the class tractors right now, most of them have, on this map especially, have a lot of the newer gearboxes, so you can't really hear the gearbox changes. That being said, on Shamrock, where I've got like the John Deere 7810 and the 6920, I've got that set to full power shift. Yeah, you hear the changes. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Yeah, it's got some weeds a bit further along. You can see them there. You get a sprayer in the fields, these grass fields, of this working width, and the fields look very small all of a sudden. You get a lot done very quick. Now it's going to trigger some people, but Greenbale has not got collisions on these telegraph poles, and I just drive through them when I'm doing stuff like this. I can't be asked to faff around, go around them. Let's be honest, you physically wouldn't be able to do it with this field. Well, IRL you would, because you'd be able to shut off some of the boom and fold it in. Can you fold the boom in individually? Some sprays you may be able to. I'm not sure, as I say that. But for up here, it's too big. What I could do, technically, is probably have a sprayer for up here, just for these grass fields. For fertilizing and herbicide, and just have 2 IBCs for each. One for fertilizer, one for herbicide. Could be something I'll look at doing at some point. If the sheep become very profitable, I'll look at doing that. I very much want to keep the places with their own equipment where possible. The mowers, they'll stay up here. Unfortunately, the Fent will have to go back and forth, because I need a tractor that's actually got power. For running the mowers and stuff. And baling. But the rest of the equipment, that will stay up here. The baler, that will go back down to the main yard for obvious bale and straw and all of that good stuff as well. I'm going to hit that. Yep. Slide it out. Perfect. How long have I been recording? 30 minutes already. Dang. Dang, Danny. Tiny edges didn't get done, but if weeds appear there, so be it. We are going to need some more herbicide by the looks of things. Alrighty. That's another thing I love about this map, is the fact that the animal farms are so spread out. You've got your main arable farm, then all the animals aren't just around that one yard. Which does help for optimization, I find, with a lot of machinery being in one spot. Obviously, if you had animals at the main farm for arable stuff, you've got a lot more objects down there. Whether it's machinery, whether it's bales, whether it's even animals, they count as being rendered in for stuff like that, which bring a system down. I've always been a fan of keeping stuff separate, and then it's down to you as a player where you set up your main farm. Sort of thing, whether you want to be dairy, whether you want to be arable, whether you want to be a sheep farmer. All down to you at the end of the day. Now these fields, I think they're okay. Or was it some weeds? They look okay. Yeah, they look okay. So in theory, we can do a wee bit of fast timing and get this stuff coming along a bit more. So I would presume next time we're on here on video, which I may record another one straight after doing this. I don't know for Wednesday, or I may go over to Shamrock and see what mood I'm in. I'm probably thinking this. We'll be doing some mowing and getting some hay done. That's one thing I don't like. If you see, I go into reverse and it kind of bogs down, jumps all over the spot. It's kind of weird there. Not too sure what that's all about. Now, as far as the combines go, I'll quickly show you guys those. But I won't show you the class, as that is exactly the same gearbox setup as I've got in this. Alright, neutral, shut it down. But the TX here, the old school one, we have proper gears on this, I believe. So yeah, you can see I can free rev this one. But the engine RPM, as the game sees it, doesn't change. But I can just pin the throttle if I want and rev it, which is kind of cool. I'll let that come back down. Arrow getter in gear. So I'm not sure why it's not showing what gear I'm in. Have I got that switched off for this? Auto clutch, speed limiter. Oh, the HUD's was off. There we go. So it's somewhat incorrect for this. Yes, it's a manual gearbox, 4-speed, right there. I've taken the time by jumping up here, using the player camera, zooming in, looking at the gear stick, which just shows you the detail they put into this. First, second, third, fourth, reverse. So it's just a simple 4-speed gearbox. With no high-lows. I don't think it has high-low. Not that I can see, at least. It could well do IRL. I don't know. God, the details. It's a shame you can't really look around the cabin properly on these. But there you go. Then we go into reverse, which is 2 speeds reverse. Again, it's incorrect for this. Or 3-speed. And I don't think I've got different ranges on this. Oh, I do. So yeah, I can go into low. And it'll automatically go through up into the different range then. So you can see what I mean about the turbo flutter there going on. It's neat. It is cool. But it's a bit much. So I do hope that gets addressed at some point with the mod. Anyway, I will end it here. I'll get this thing parked up, make my decision wherever I'm going to record another episode of this, or possibly Shamrock. We will see as I'm parking it up, and might as well just show you guys, I guess. I don't know. If you guys are wondering what the 100% is, that's clutch, I believe. Alrighty, neutral. Shut it now. So until next time, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Again, if I forget about the whole putting the link in, let me know in the comments. If you see another person that's already done it, don't bother putting it yourself. I will put it as a pinned comment at the top if I forget. More than likely will. I will pre-warn you, but I'll try and remember. Till next time, catch you guys later. See ya.